Live from the Export Beer Garden studios, this is the Agenda's Yours Please Omnibus.
The Agenda Podcast, the home of sporting nonsense and claptrap. Brought to you by Export Ultra.
Oh, g'day there, Meshy.
Yeah, morning.
Hey, listen, everyone sends us Yours Pleases. Every day we play out 3 or 4 of them. We can't get through them all. This is the Omnibus. This is where we play them all out because you've taken the time to send them, so we'll take the time to play them.
Well put. Okay, first one then. Yours, please.
Right, fellas. Listening to you guys talk about how to emasculate another man. Just reminded me of a time I was just around at my brother-in-law's house, watching his 2 sons play cricket. A bit of BYC. I go over and I say, mate, you need to hold the bat like this. You need to put your foot like that.
Oh, no, yeah.
Before I've sat down to get my beer, the next ball disappears 30 metres over the fence onto the neighbour's roof. Absolute pandemonium in the stands. Wives, the mothers. Am I the arsehole?
Yeah, you've taught another man's son how to play cricket.
Yeah, that's a great power move.
It is, because obviously, you know, the dad hasn't taken the time to just teach the child to get on the front prawn,
Yeah.
get the front arm up, hold the bat correctly for a start.
Because keep in mind, your child is a direct reflection on you and your sporting ability.
Yeah.
So if I see a kid at the age of 5, 6 that's a bit useless at sport, I do directly assume that their father
Is useless.
is useless.
Yeah, but the fact that he smoked the next one, and the thing is that gets me this bit is how the wives and the woman folk were impressed.
Yeah.
That's what's demasculated the father immediately.
Well, that's something that people shouldn't leave out if people are going to keep sending in their demasculating stories. Let us know more about the person that was demasculated as well. I'd love to hear what the father of the child was doing after he saw his, partner and friends' partners, party and excitement for this kid hitting a 6 over the fence.
So we'll add that to the sharpening of the knives and the putting the log on the fire while
Teaching
looking them in
someone
the eye.
else's kid to
Play
bat
sport. To play sport.
is, I think that's up there now that you mentioned
Just to play sport, I reckon.
Yeah, it's a good one. Okay,
Yeah.
next.
Okay, next one. Yours, please.
Yeah, g'day fellas.
G'day,
Just
mate.
wondering when the next round of the Black Clash will be announced. Do you guys have any idea? And will there be an ACC zone for it? Because, my God, that was good this year in Christchurch. But anyway, fuck yous, love yous. And G Lane, you can get fucked. Mash, you can get fucked.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, okay, right.
You Chiefs and Crusaders can both lick my asshole.
Okay.
Go get fucked.
Jeez, hey.
Love
Yeah,
yous.
right.
Whoa, okay.
Okay.
Oof,
Yeah.
That was an emotional roller coaster. I finished it with a kiss as well.
Yeah.
Good news for you. Black Clash is back. I believe it's going to be in the North Island. You're probably back where it was last time it was in the North Island.
That's right,
Tauranga,
Tauranga, isn't it? Yeah.
And you can probably get a guess when it's going to be. It's usually like that kind of 2nd to 3rd weekend of January.
Yeah.
So it hasn't officially been announced when it's going to be, but
Okay.
I would estimate it's around there. And good news, the ACC Party Zone is back.
It is going to be back, is
It's
it?
back, baby.
Okay, so you have
Yeah.
it on
That is-
official authority.
That
the
is
ACC
definitely going to be
Party
back.
Zone's
Yeah,
Okay, fantastic.
unofficially or officially.
Well, keep an eye out on our social channels and we'll make sure that we give you all the correct
Yeah,
details.
that's right. But hey, if you are in the Tauranga area, we are going to target the October the 4th game against the Aussies at Bay Oval. We'll turn it into the Beige Oval because it's 20 years since the first international T20 match where they played in beige. So, yeah, target that Saturday against the Aussies. Tickets go on sale for that in a couple of months, I think. But
It'll be quite good, wouldn't it, if we could get just a general list of events that we are targeting as the ACC over the summer, because it's something that we often, talk about as you, G Lane especially, you'll target an evening, like you let your wife know early that I'm going to be targeting this one. I've put a circle around it. It would be quite good to do that with events, just for the general public, so we are all on the same page.
yeah, Black Clash is one.
And
Aussie T20, October 4th is another.
And my fear is that for the last couple of years, the Black Clash has been the only one. And I
Yeah.
think if we could have 3 or 4 as a nation that we all go, hey, we're targeting these ones,
Yeah.
then that would be quite good. I'll work on that list and,
Okay.
and I'll release that in an official capacity.
Next one.
G'day, mate.
G'day, mate.
Hey, Chris here.
G'day,
Born,
Chris.
raised, still reside in Winton.
Oh,
There she is, cheeky
shit.
fucker. Anyway, with all this banging on that G Lane's been doing about Chiefs Mana and that predictor dilly that he's promoted so well, can you please get that dilly off him, bend him over, and give him a good bloody scene too? Cheers, mate.
Oh, thanks, Chris from Winton.
Cheers, Chris.
Yeah.
They've got Wi-Fi down there, do they?
Oh, see, you don't start a fight with people from Winton.
No, I wouldn't.
Okay.
Yeah.
The salt of the earth down there.
Trust me, I know it.
The Winton Cricket Club. I tell you what, they need to sort something. They need to sort that AstroTurf out. It's dangerous, that pitch. Spits off a length.
I'm just having a look. It takes 21 hours and 17 minutes to drive to Winton, apparently, from here. So Winton, I'm just trying to figure out if that's south or north of Dipton, where in which my parents reside at the moment. Anyway,
I
not
think
really
it's
the point
south.
of that message.
It's like not far from Invers.
So he's a Highlander supporter, I assume, then?
Yes,
Okay.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, look, the dillies we still need to use, to be honest, because tomorrow we're going to put the dillies through the filter of the All Blacks France.
That's
so
right.
until the All Black season finishes, then the dillies, unfortunately, are in use. So I don't really want to soil them. So
No. But come the end of the season,
yeah, I'm
We're
all
open to
yours.
it.
I'm all yours.
yeah. Next one, yours, please.
Let's talk about suds, baby. Let's talk about soap and we, 'cause we know that we all pee in the shower when nobody can see.
Yep. That's true.
I
wear
mean,
in the shower.
Yeah. Yeah, good for you.
Yeah. And you know what I used to do at boarding school? Wee on the person next to me while they had their eyes closed while they were washing their hair.
Oh, see, that's wrong. That's wrong, but I'm not one bit surprised by that.
Because you can't tell.
We've done so many podcast records today. This is a little bit of a look at how the sausage is made. I'm forgetting what order they've come out in, but I'm pretty sure on yesterday's agenda we discussed heavily waffle stomping.
Yes.
That would be a braver stance to take on the Yours Please Omnibus. If people could get in touch if they're waffle stompers, I'd love to hear from them.
Yeah.
I don't know if we need to hear from everyone that's a shower wear.
Well, I think
we're all doing
is.
it.
We all are.
We are all doing it, right?
You just got to make sure you wash it down. And you got to. I mean, there's some etiquette to shower weeing. You got to wee down the plug hole or the grate. You don't just go on the wall or wherever.
Yeah.
Or if you're in a boarding school, you just wee on the person next to you. But that's what you do.
You know what fucks me off, actually?
Ooh.
Is how dudes are blamed for being the disgusting sex. We're blamed for doing things
Only because we are honest about it.
Yeah. Well, this is what I want to talk about is my partner, ever since moving in with her.
You sure you want to say this?
No, I'm not really 100% sure, but I'm going to say it anyway. What is up with fucking women weeing with the toilet door open?
Oh, mine, no. I don't.
Does your partner do this, Lane? No?
No.
John Jerry's going, yes, mine does the same.
My partner's like a cat. She doesn't want to see anyone to see her.
I have to...
Just shut the fucking door.
I have to go up to her to shut the door so I don't have to hear her wee. And I'm like, I don't want to hear that. And she's like, why do you not want to hear that? We're life partners. You should be okay with this.
Oh, yeah, I'm okay with the tinkle.
I'm okay with the tinkle too, man. But like, fucking shut the door. And it upsets me that I'm always the one getting blamed for being the problem in the relationship. And she's weeing with the door.
Do you know what you need to do? You know what you need to do, both of you?
Break up with her?
No.
Oh.
It's an invitation, really. They're leaving the door open. You need to come in, unzip, and just wee right between her legs.
The problem I have
Like,
with
just
our
go,
one
the door was open.
I don't
the
know
door
what I
was
expected you
open.
to say. Yeah, I didn't see you there.
is our toilet is detached from our bathroom, and our toilet faces the back door, and the neighbours all around us can look right into our toilet. So if
Wow.
you have that back door open, the toilet door open, it's a free show.
What the fuck?
I know what you
Well, hang on. So your toilet door faces the outside world?
Yeah, you come up the back stairs.
Oh, yeah, I can picture that.
and
That is
there's
quite a
toilet-
unique situation, though.
Yeah, it's old house, 1920s.
Yeah, but she will wee with
Just
the door
leave
open.
the door open.
Yeah.
Just cracked open.
Disgusting.
Now, what's worse is the long hair on the shower wall.
Oh, the long hair in the shower.
They just like wash the hair and then just go and put it down the wall.
Why does no one people talk about dogs molting, golden retrievers molting? Ladies,
They're molting.
holy
They're hard.
shit.
Hard.
There's no, I don't know.
None of them clean the plug either. Every month I have to go down there and clean that thing.
This has turned into a gripe.
Okay,
session, hasn't
yeah,
it,
well,
really?
it's not our turn to yours, please. We're talking
No.
about other people's yours, pleases. But yes, everyone shower wees. Thank you for that yours, please. I'm
That was
not
a
sure of the
fantastic yours,
context, but there you go.
Yeah.
Meshy, fin, fishy, meshy, mini, fishy Caddie.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, thinks he's, prancing on like he's a fucking Crusaders top fucking OnlyFans. Yeah, couldn't even name a bolter for the All Blacks squad. Pot down, young man, pot down. Chin up, G Lane.
Thanks,
There's
mate.
always next year.
I love hearing from
Thanks,
Salty
mate.
Chiefs fans.
Thanks, mate.
I love
Well,
hearing
look,
from
I
Salty
think
Chiefs fans.
it was just a bit of a backhander to say, look, you prance about supporting the Crusaders. You don't really know much about them.
No.
Yeah, well, you've admitted that.
I've said that many times. Yeah, no, I'm comfortable with that, and he is right. I understand though from his point of view that
You just had to say Big
if
Willie.
I am going to harp on about it,
You need
if
to
I'm
know
going
a
to harp
couple of
on it,
players.
yeah, I need to know a little bit.
A couple of players.
Yeah, I need to earn the right to be able to support the Crusaders.
You just need to go there and go, hey, how about that Big Willie, eh?
Yeah,
Big
okay,
Willie.
I'll do that
and
over the
the
weekend.
Dutch oven.
Yeah. Come next week, I'll be shouting it from the rooftops that Havili should have been in the squad.
Yeah, Dutch oven plays for the Highlanders, by the way.
Oh, okay.
Okay, next one, yours first.
Yeah, you going, fellas?
Get him, mate.
G Lane.
Yes.
Have you ever thought of wrapping up all your, I guess, pre-agenda business stories into a kind of a self-help, much like Matt Heath, but more business-focused?
Oh, interesting.
Around all your
Failed.
Europe and Arab stories?
Yeah.
I reckon you could sell out pretty well.
Thanks, mate.
Your what stories?
The kind of... 'cause I've been involved in a lot of jobs, businesses. So I set up Beige Brigade years ago. I opened up a Beige Brigade office in Covent Garden. We did sports tours. We did running the Bulls, Anzac Day, Tomatina, Beer Fest, all that kind of carry on. All Blacks tours, cricket tours, rugby league tours, football tours. Because New Zealand would tour there every year. There'd either be a football team, whatever. Also worked for FIFA.
Yeah.
Also worked a bit of time doing on the ATP tour.
I just love the idea that this punter thinks that business, he wants an insight to the business.
Yeah, well, the thing is with the Beige Brigade stuff, I had to do a runner from London. Because it was the GFS, was it the Global Financial Crisis?
Right.
GFC hit there. And we went from taking like 600-700 people a year on tours to 20.
Is that how many people were going at the time?
Yeah.
Wow.
It was flying. Kiwis were in London having a great time.
Yeah.
And then the first people to get sacked in a global financial crisis are all the contractors, and pretty much every Kiwi in London is a contractor.
Were you making quite good money at the time doing the tours?
It wasn't bad. I was still working another job.
Okay, right.
But the tours would help.
And how many would you do a year?
We'd do all the festivals. So you say Beer Fest, Tomatina, Running of the Bulls, what's the other one? Anzac, and probably...
Bless you. Really, just boys' trip have taken your ball and ran with it.
But this is only continental Europe.
Yeah.
And then we would do All Blacks end of year tour every year.
Nice.
We did the Rugby World Cup. We did when the Black Caps came over, when the All Whites play there. When the All Whites did a warm-up against Brazil in Geneva, we went over and did that.
Wow.
We probably had 80 people with us on that tour. But yeah, we shat the bed, and I had to do a bit of a runner out of there, and that's ended up in the Middle East.
Oh, well, that's a shame. Okay.
I didn't owe any money or anything.
You didn't?
I didn't owe money, and no one got left in the lurch in terms of tours. I managed to get third parties.
Probably did quite well.
Got third parties to look after that, and then went to the Middle East, where there was no such thing as a global financial crisis in the Middle East. So it was the perfect place to hide for 2.5 years. And the Middle East was interesting. I'd got a lot of stories to tell there working for FIFA, and then also working for a music production company there, and we bought out like Stevie Wonder,
wow,
Snoop Dogg.
Again though, like what?
Snoop Dogg, and he was an interesting unit.
You've met Snoop Dogg?
Yeah, backstage.
What the fuck is this, eh?
And his dress rehearsal was probably the best, like because there was no one in there, and he was like,
"Oh look, we're here. How long have we got?"
And he wore a dish dash. He wore came out in the traditional dish dash and was smoking the little. Because in Arab culture, they got this. It looks like a weed pipe, but they stuff it with tobacco, and it's just like one shot.
Okay.
And he was smoking it on stage, but obviously he was smoking weed.
Yeah.
But highly risky in that environment. Who else? Paul McCartney was over there. He came over. Kings of Leon, Beyonce.
So was Snoop, for example, getting off the plane, and then one of the first people he saw was you, and you were going, "All right, Snoop, tonight we're going to need this from you and this from you," that kind of thing.
No.
Okay, right.
I was running the operations at the outdoor arena that they were performing at.
So you could just kind of see him.
His green room, and his rider and everything, and all of his. He brought along a massive posse. Like his rider was stereotypical. R&B. It was like heaps of fried chicken
and 3 ounces
Fiji water, vodka. He didn't touch any of it. Or it's just his entourage went in there and just were like pigs and shit.
I bet.
Yeah,
I bet. He's not too expensive to get. I was looking at a list for some reason the other day on celebrities to get to play at your party. Snoop's quite into doing that kind of thing.
I did a Black Eyed Peas.
$200,000 if you want.
I had a great story about the Black Eyed Peas concert.
What? Well, I am. Is that
yeah, and Fergie,
yeah.
and then the kind of guy from
My Humps, My Lovely Lady Lumps.
Two other guys that you don't really know much about, but it's those two other guys that I went out and partied with afterwards.
How were those two other guys?
They were good. No one knew who they were. I mean, Will.i.am and Fergie were the best.
I partied with the two other guys from the Black Eyed Peas.
Yeah, pretty much. But the dress rehearsal for the Black Eyed Peas gig, which was in China for Chivas Regal, it's a long story. But we had to sit there and they had to do their whole show in front of all these government officials to vet it in case they were going to say something political.
Okay.
And Fergie did a song and then there was like part of it for about a minute where she twerks with her ass to the audience and there's like me.
And how did the Chinese feel about that?
They don't care, but they just cared about the words. But it was me, this guy, Cheech, who Joe's met in London, another guy, Mark, again, who's Joe's met in London. We sat there and she's twerking and then she stops and goes, Is that all good? And we were like, yep.
She looked to you. So hang on. So Fergie then
looked at us,
twerked for a
is that
minute,
all good? Yeah.
looked at you, made eye contact and said, hey, boys,
is that all good?
Happy with that?
And we went,
yeah, I think that's going to be fine.
Yeah,
Fergie.
I think that, everyone happy with that? Everyone happy with that? And we went, yep, okay.
Wow.
And then...
That would have been early twerking as well.
Yeah, very early twerking.
Yeah. Good for you, man.
Some other shit went on in that thing that I had to play in another podcast that was just pretty wild.
The time G Lane hooked up with Fergie.
No. There was the Sichuan earthquake happened the week before. So like hundreds of thousands of people were displaced and died. And we were putting this lavish event on that cost about $1 million US for Chivas. And so they decided to turn it into a charity event. And we got all these items, signed guitars. Fergie signed like her jacket and put it out. And all of these wealthy Chinese people came to this event, like the cream of the crop of Shanghai came to watch. And we were trying to raise money to make it, because it was just going to be a piss up with Black Eyed Peas for the top kind of customers.
Had you flown in for it? Or
we were there for a couple of weeks setting it up. But we flew in from London. Anyway, because this shows kind of how Chinese culture works. Not one person bid on any of the items. My job was to go around and put fake bids on all of them. And we took all that stuff back with us to London.
No shit.
We took it out of the clients. We billed the client because the client wanted to do it to kind of save face.
Yeah.
We just billed the client £25,000. Like, this is how much we paid for all the shit. So you just get to donate it.
That's amazing. That's like the polar opposite of hero. If you bring out a fucking Arvaro signed footy ball that was signed by, I don't know, someone that hasn't played rugby in the last 10 years, someone's going to feel so bad that they'll end up paying $3,000 for it.
One thing. Not one thing. We had all these amazing items that people had sent in. And
can you remember what you did with them?
I've still got a signed picture, Fergie's signed picture somewhere in my archive.
No way.
Yeah. It doesn't say dear Mike or anything, but it's enough. Okay, sorry.
Wow.
Next one, yours, please.
Yeah, lads. Chop here from Winton.
Yeah, mate. More Winton.
Just want to weigh in on the...
It's the first car that's driven past.
He's going too hard on G Lane. He's the worst of us, but fuck me. Canterbury can go and get fucked.
Yeah, no, that's.
I've got too many mates from there, and they're all cunts. And I actually rang Dad and said I want the Chiefs to win, and we agreed. And I think if something has to change, get rid of them. They can just fuck off.
You've started a war with Winton, and you know what? That's on you.
Yeah,
that's on you because those Otago Highlanders fans, those deep south Southlanders, you don't mess with them.
No, maybe
they're possum trappers. They're salt of the earth, mate.
Do you know what we should do?
Don't skin someone like you in a heartbeat.
I go down there twice a year. I probably shouldn't be saying that actually now that the reputation I'm getting for myself down there, but I go down there twice a year. We should do a bit of a meet up. I think the Winton faithful. I mean, if they do hate me, then that's fair enough. But if they also wanted to share a beer, next time I go down there, I'll shout out because I didn't realise we loom so large over the Winton community.
Wow.
Is it just Winton? Like, what about Nightcaps and Dipton and all this stuff? If you're from down in that kind of area, sing out.
Well,
we'll see if we can get, 20, 24 together.
Let's go for a roadie. I'm keen.
Well, we're heading down that way
tomorrow.
Well,
we're there, yeah.
So
we don't go down that far.
No, we don't go that far.
But I'm keen for it. I love down that part of the world.
Oh, it's the most beautiful part of the world down there. Yeah.
Tuataupi, all that.
One day we'll get down there and do the lower South Island. Okay, lock it in.
Next one.
I don't quite understand why everyone's saying the Crusaders went from last to champions.
Pretty much last.
They finished 9th last year. They were one place off the playoffs. So fuck Canterbury and fuck you, Mash.
No, well, it's a better story to say from last to first. I know they didn't quite come last, but you don't make the playoffs when there's 8 teams make a playoff in a 12 competition, 12 team, you're coming last.
And Canterbury Rugby, if you're not first, you are last.
Yeah,
so
correct.
That's what it felt like to me. Do you know, someone else hit me up about that at Newmarket Mall the other day. They said, hey, the Crusaders, we were having a laugh about the podcast, and he said that, by the way, the Crusaders did finish 9th. I feel like I had to tell you that. And I realised that, like the first Yours Pleaser alluded to today, not well across my rugby. I said, that's actually the first time I've been told that.
It's a better redemption story to say from last to first. Because like you were saying, if you're in Canterbury, if you're not first,
you're last.
Next one. 2 more. Is this a double? Yours, please.
Gentlemen.
Yes.
Noticing that you're a bit light on content just right now.
Yeah.
No, we are.
So what I think would be interesting is a bracket of Kiwis who play for another team, i.e. Ben Stokes. Who is the most liked out of all of those people, according to the Kiwi public? Or, well, your audience anyway. Could be interesting. Leave coaches in, put them out.
Oh, yeah. Like, you were thinking kind of...
So Kiwis that aren't representing...
New Zealand, but they're representing other countries, like Bundy Aki.
Nice.
Jameson Gibson Park.
That's a fantastic idea. And then is the idea that people will vote
James
on
Lowe.
whether they like him or not?
Yeah,
or
James
her.
Lowe. James Lowe seems like a good bugger. So does Bundy Aki.
Yep.
Ben Stokes, up and down on.
Are we looking for a percentage on these individuals? Like,
Brendan
are we
McCullum?
looking? Yeah, Brendan McCullum.
Tim Southey.
So is the idea like
Vittori.
86% of New Zealand still like this person?
No, I think what he means is there would be a bracket. So you'd put
them all in
16,
brackets.
and then they go off against each
other. I mean, we can do that for sure.
So it's basically...
we'll just have to get some names together, but yeah.
Mercenaries. Kiwi sporting mercenaries.
Bracket. Love it.
Okay.
We'll work on it.
Okay, last one. Last one, 2-parter. Yours, please.
Oh, here we go, boys. I'm about to ride the rumble.
Do it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Feel that in your pretty.
Yeah, you got a road dog, boy?
Feel in my bottles.
Yes.
Yeah, you will.
Oh, yeah.
Get that road dog, boy.
I regret my decision to ride the rumble strip.
You got a hard
I
on?
look like an idiot. There happened to be a cop going the other way. He pulled me over. I think I was fucking drunk. Luckily I wasn't. Oh, well. It was worth it. Yeah.
I hope that you said to the officer, he goes, "You've been drinking?" Nah, I was just riding the rumble strip to get a hard on.
That reminds me of the time that I was, quite often if Loz falls asleep in the passenger seat next to me and I'm not happy about that, I'll do the whole fake accident thing. You know, when you like jolt the car and then wake them up to a real fright, and she fucking shits herself and then continues to be in the shitty with me for the next 3 days. And look, rightfully so. But I did that once and it resulted in me getting pulled over by a police officer. It was Matariki weekend just been.
Oh, did you get pulled over?
Yeah, and they were like, Lauren also got pulled over that weekend for speeding. And then he was like, I was concerned, we're going to have to breath test you, that's all right, I'm concerned that you've been drinking and stuff like that. I've just seen you do a hard jolt to the left over there. And I said, officer, you're welcome to breath test me. Unfortunately, I was just
trying to scare her.
I was pretending to be in a car accident for my partner. And he said, well, that's not really
not cool, is
a
it?
great excuse, is it, mate? And I said, no, that's fair enough. But anyway, there you go, Blake Dawson. And I hope your perineum feels a hell of a lot better after that.
Is that Blake Dawson?
I think it sounded like Blake Dawson.
Yeah. Well, he enjoyed himself. Anyway, those are that's the Yours Please Omnibus. Like I was saying, anyone can send us a Yours Please. We'll play them all, unfiltered. Just hit the microphone button on the right-hand side of the iHeartradio app. If you're listening on anything else, on Spotify or Apple, that's cool. You can still download the iHeart app and just send us a Yours Please and continue your listening.
Yes,
on
please do. And love to all
platform.
those down south as well. My favourite.
Love you, Winton.
Bless.
You've been listening to the ACC's Agenda podcast, brought to you by Export Ultra. For more episodes, like and follow on iHeartradio or wherever you get your podcasts.